end the show tonight with the conference favorite. Very passionate fan base, great following of our show. Doing justice, Jake, tell us a little bit about the Tulane Green Wave headed into the 2025 season as the American Athletic Conference favorites.
Yeah, I hope to do the Wave a better do some justice here, because this is probably my favorite team within the G5. Before we get started, we should probably do our justice here. ShopNoRivals.com, Tulane fans, amazing hats. I think they got one that even says Wave on the top. So use the code PTFS at checkout for one of the best fan bases in the G5, one of the best hats in the G5. All right, the actual football team itself. The most uncertain position on this football team is the quarterback room, which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. I'll let you decipher that yourself, because I think this overall is a really complete team. Who is the quarterback for this football team? You have Donovan Leary, who was at Northern Illinois a couple of years ago, was at Illinois last year, didn't really work out. Caden Samanza from Ball State. And then in the spring, another Iowa boy, we go and get Brandon Sullivan late in the spring to add just more depth to this room. All three guys have starting experience. All three guys have played at different levels of the FBS. I don't think any of them are really a bad choice, but we're just going to have to see, man. Like, it's going to be a legit competition in the fall. And I believe they might even have a younger guy too. And I think I'm just not even mentioning his name. Tulane fans can let me know on that. But you have plenty of options at quarterback. The running backs are always the strength of this team. You look at Tosh Spears a couple of years ago, Mekhi Hughes. Like, Louisville transfer Maurice Taylor and Arnold Barnes are going to be massive. But Jamari McClure is a young name that they've comped to Hughes, that this guy could be the next Tulane-grown stud running back. Receiving-wise, like, Mario Williams was a stud for them. It was a surprise that Williams went to another G5, and then he was awesome there. Amari Hayes is a guy from Florida Atlantic that I think has to step up for Williams, and he's got to be really good, but he was hurt all spring. So, like, what are we going to get out of there? Usually you have good receivers at Tulane, but fellas, watch out for the tight ends. Former four-star quarterback Ty Thompson transferred out, or was going to try and transfer out, couldn't play quarterback anywhere. He comes back, plays tight end. I love his athleticism. I think it's going to translate really well. We've seen that with other quarterbacks in the G5. Anthony Miller is another dude who's going to be a stud. I really do think the tight ends could be the most productive receiving group on this offense. Offensive line, going to be pretty strong. Left tackle Derek Graham's back. Shadre Hurst, the left guard, is back. 2 first-team all-conference guys. Some other plug-and-play guys, but you're going to have a strong left side of the offensive line, and I think you should be really happy with that. Let's just get to the overall defense in general. I think the defensive line is loaded, highlighted by defensive edge, Cameron Hamilton, Mo Westermoreland. He's another guy. And then defensive tackle Santana Hopper, who is another guy. Like, all three of those dudes I just named could be first team all AAC. Like, that's how good this group is. And it's probably the strength of the defense. Co-captain Sam Howard's back at linebacker. He's going to be a huge piece for this summer all defense. He's another dude that could be first team all AAC. And then you get, I think it's Bailey Despaney. He's a safety that could be all conference. And then Jack Chinchu is a young guy who's stepping into the safety role. Both of these dudes could be first team all conference. I seriously, there could be 6 first team all conference guys on this defense. That's how good they are. I think if John Summerall wants to get back to an AAC title, wants to win the conference title this year, it just kind of the wheels fell off at the end of the year. You lost to Memphis, lost at Army, and then you got dominated by Florida in that bowl game. It's got to be the depth. You got to stay healthy, and you got to find an answer at quarterback. If this team had a quarterback answer, or a guy that maybe started for him last year, if you had Darian Mensah, this is head and shoulders my favorite team in the G5. I would take them over Boise every day of the week. But right now, it leaves me with so much uncertainty that I just don't know what I'm going to get at that group. But at least you've seen the film. There's film on those 3, so we'll have to wait and see there. But let's look at this. Let's look at the schedule. I think you've got time. You got Northwestern at home. Probably, you should win that football game. You've probably had P4 schools come down. I think you can win that football game at South Al. It's another tough one. We'll see what the offense looks like. And then you get Darian Mensah's homecoming. you want to have an answer at quarterback by week 3 because I think you can beat Duke, and I think you got at Ole Miss the next week. So you have 3 P4 schools in your non-con, which it's going to make a really tough path to the playoff. Let's just say that. Like,
yeah,
it's super interesting because you're going to need Boise to lose 1 or 2 games. You go 3-1 in your non-con, and then run the table, and we'll see what happens. I think the conference schedule's favorable. It's much lighter at the end of the year, so we could have a G5 playoff team honestly be 10-2 this year. I don't think they have to go 11-1, 12-0.
It's one of the things that I feel like is a benefit of doing this show the way we do it, especially with our fan perspectives, of diving into these G5 teams even further throughout the season if our team runs into them. And that we've talked about a couple of UTEP guys, but Mo Westmoreland is like a Sunday guy, like a massive addition for this defense. Like, I remember seeing him in Lincoln. He was double teamed the entire game, which doesn't happen often when a Big Ten team plays a Conference USA team, but there they were. So, I mean, massive impacts. I think there's a reason this team's the odds-on favorite to make it. A very considerable G5 contender to make the college football playoff. Probably the best coach in the G5 that's going to be at a Power 4 school in very short term. So, perfect breakdown. There's very good reasons why this team is probably going to win the whole thing. JP.
Yeah, reloading versus reloading with talent is something. There's a difference between a lot of these G5 programs.
Yeah,
they'll reload through the portal. Not always, definite hits, and definitely not guys of this high caliber in spots.
Experienced talent too. Like, a lot of these, we talk about how they went and got all these guys, and they may have taken a few snaps last year, played in blowout games. Like, a lot of these dudes were making full game, like 13 game starts on the transfers to this team. So that's a great way to put it too.